Booklover, the Booklover, the Booklover, the Booklover Show with Natalia Torres.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Book Lovers Show. I am Natalia Torres. Yes, I know that we are at home. This program is a bit different due to this coronavirus confinement, but I'm sure that you are going to love the program too. Today we are going to talk about the book Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And our guest, the best fan of the book, is Marta Ponce. Good evening, Marta. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good evening. Thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be here because this is my favorite show. So when I first heard about this competition, I was hanging out with my best friend and she told me, Marta, look at this. And it was like, wow, it's a competition about books. I love reading, so I should be there. And she told me that the first episode was going to be about Pride and Prejudice, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute, because there's no bigger fan of Pride and Prejudice than me. So I asked for the opportunity to be here live with you. And when you phoned me and you told me that I was the one who was going to be live in the program with you, I couldn't believe it. So here I am, and it's like a dream.
It is a pleasure having you, sweetie. Okay, so let's start. Marta, why Pride and Prejudice?
Because it is a British classic, and I also love reading love stories, so why not? I need to confess that at the beginning, I was like a little bit nervous because there was a lot of pressure on me. A lot of people told me that I will love this book, and it is a well-known book, so I didn't know what to do in case that I didn't like the book.
Yeah.
But hopefully everything went fine. I fell in love with the characters and with the story, so everything was perfect. And also, some people told me that you're also a fan of this book. Is that true?
Thanks for asking, Marta. Yes, it is true. As you, I love romantic stories, but I've also got special story with that book because the first time that I went to England, I visited Jane Austen's house in Bath, and I found a woman in there, and we were talking, and she told me, you know, I think that you are going to love Pride and Prejudice because it suits a lot with your personality. So I was like, okay. I took the advice of the woman, I read it, and she was right. I love the book.
Wow, you're so lucky. I'm dying to visit it. That's definitely the first thing that I'm going to do when I come back to the UK.
Yeah, sure, you have to. Okay, now going into detail, which character did you like the most?
Oh, absolutely, Elizabeth Bennet. She's strong, powerful, she fights for her ideas. And one thing that I really love about her personality is that she's able to recognize that she was wrong at one moment of the story. So she learns from her mistakes, and that completely made me fall in love with her character. Don't you think?
I agree with you, but my favorite character is Mr. Darcy. At the beginning, he seems really stupid man, but that's not true. It's just his shyness because he's falling in love with Elizabeth. And oh my god, that's really, really, really cute for me. Another thing that I love of him is that he also learns from his mistakes, and that made him really attractive. I love it.
Definitely.
Okay, Marta, next question. I know that you are from Spain, but you read the book in English. I need to ask you if it was difficult.
Yes, it was difficult to read because of the language and the vocabulary that the book is using. But it was not only difficult to read because of that, it was also hard to read because there are some moments where the story doesn't seem to progress so much. So there are parts that are like a little bit boring.
I see. I agree with you. There are some moments in which it's difficult to keep reading the book because of the slow progress of the story.
Yeah, but that's like the only bad aspect of the book because as a whole, it was a pleasure reading it.
Yeah, that's true. Right. This book has got lots of aspects and values that are important nowadays. What do you think about it, Marta?
Yeah, this book was unexpected. At the first page, it seems that it's going to be like an old-fashioned book because it talks about marrying for money and not marrying for love. But then as you read more and more, you find out that there are topics that are present in the society nowadays, like the pride, prejudice, the feminism, the envy. So book is different, I thought.
Yeah, that's the point, Marta. Feminism is one of the points. She's a great feminist example to follow, I think. I also love her because with a great sense of humor, she shows us in her characters all of that psychological aspects that you are talking about. It's
Yeah, that's true.
amazing. And finally, Marta, now that you have read Pride and Prejudice, do you consider reading more Jane Austen's books?
Absolutely. I love the fact that she's writing about not seeing women as an object and not marrying for money. So it's like an advanced book for that century where it was written. And nowadays, with the movement that has been formed with the feminism, I think that she is a great example to follow.
I completely agree. She's fighting for the equality between women and men and for the true love. Okay, so here our show finishes. Marta, thank you so much for coming. It has been a pleasure to having you here. Thank you so much for showing us your love of the book and the passion that you have for all the topics that the book has got. I hope to see you soon personally here in the program. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure and thanks for the opportunity. But can I say one last thing?
Of course you can.
Okay, to the audience, please, this book is a must read. You will fall in love with the story and with the characters. It's a British classic. You need to read it. And also, this book reflects perfectly the title, Pride and Prejudice. You will think and you will reflect about things that maybe you have done wrong in the past, and now you can do it right. So you can change your opinion and you can change your happiness. So, I hope to encourage you to read this book, and thanks for having me.
Really good conclusion, Marta.
Thank you.
Okay, so see you in the next program. Please stay safe.
And take care of yourselves.
Exactly. Lots of kisses for you. Come on, keep strong. Bye
Bye.
bye.